miraculous healings of Lourdes have taught me that true healing is not only for earthly life, but also for the eternal life that awaits us. That true happiness, as Our Lady said to little Bernadette, is not in this world, but in the next. Dear brothers and sisters, these are the words of Dr. Patrick Theillier, who for years was a member of the Scientific Office of Lourdes, responsible for investigating the cases of miraculous healings that occur in the sanctuary. After years of practicing his profession, Dr. Theillier is certain that death is nothing but a transition to a new existence, an extension of the life we know towards a new and much more perfect one. He has developed this belief after years of studying the events he witnessed in Lourdes and analyzing cases of near-death experiences. They are ordinary people, like me and like you, but they have found themselves in a situation of clinical death, and they tell of being in another world, a magnificent world that they had to leave behind to return to Earth. It was like a second birth. They no longer see existence the same way. They prioritize the love of others, consider life as something sacred, and view death as an integral part of it. They no longer fear it. The brains of many who have had a near-death experience were clinically inactive, as confirmed by the flat electroencephalogram, which suggests that consciousness can function even when brain activity has ceased. At this point, even atheists must admit the existence of a higher consciousness. For believers, it is the immortal soul that we find in all philosophies and religious traditions for thousands of years, particularly in the Judeo-Christian tradition. Near-death experiences are not rare or isolated cases. The first scientifically rigorous investigation conducted by Professor Kenneth Ring of the University of Connecticut mentions approximately 8 million people who have had this experience in the United States alone. A person dies. They feel themselves being transported with great speed through a long, dark tunnel, seeing their body at a distance as a spectator. They realize that they continue to possess a body, but of a very different nature, and enjoy faculties different from those of their mortal body. Other beings come toward them as if to help. They catch glimpses of the spirits of deceased relatives and friends who passed away before them. Suddenly, they encounter a spiritual entity of an unknown species, a spirit radiating tenderness and love, a being of light. Without uttering a word, this being prompts them to reflect and evaluate their past life. Then, the deceased encounters a kind of barrier, a frontier that gives them the impression of the ultimate boundary between earthly life and the future one. However, they realize they must turn back, that their time to die has not yet come. Those who have encountered the being of light are transformed, profoundly marked, irrespective of their religion, beliefs, or philosophy. This experience bestows upon them a new or renewed taste for spiritual matters. They develop a new relationship with death, prioritize the love of others, and bear witness to anyone willing to listen that life does not cease at the moment of death. During his years of consulting at the Medical Assessment Office in Lourdes, Dr. Theillier also focused on analyzing numerous miraculous healings, and according to his observations, there appears to be a correlation between cases of near-death experiences, NDEs, and miracles. Severe patients who have had a near-death experience suddenly heal without any possible explanation from medicine. They experience true miracles. The encounter with the being of light, whom we must call God, heals because God does not desire illness. And to those who claim skepticism towards these near-death experiences, I say, both NDEs and miracles are medically inexplicable. There is no scientific evidence of their existence because the methods of modern science are not suited for these types of human experiences. The doctor wants to clarify that not all the testimonies reported by those who have had a near-death experience are positive. Some are negative. They describe the experience as a lack of everything, a lack of love and all other emotions, an emotional, psychological, and spiritual suffering. According to the doctor, this would depend on our actions on earth and would be in line with the teachings of the Church. The doctor's testimony confirms what millions of people around the world report. There is life after death. Let us know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and become part of the community of faith. May the Lord bless you.